Hello everyone, Tracy here, and I wanted to talk to you today about some different ways to sell your stock on hand. So I know that at times you can find yourself with products that you would like to sell, and then you can reinvest that money back into your business in other ways. So with that being said, I thought I would make a list and kind of work through it with you on different things you can try if you haven't done so. So first of all, this is the time of year, I guess it depends on when you're watching this, but right now we are really heavy in garage sale season. So I wanted to make sure all of you guys knew that selling in garage sales is totally an option. Maybe your friends or family members are having garage sales. Guess what? Ask them if you can set up somewhere to sell your Scentsy at the garage sale. If you're posting online, you can totally do that. You can share this on your socials. Just make sure that you've got a start date, an end date, and that you post the times of your sale. So for example, it could say something like, hey, garage sale at XYZ address this Friday and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I will be selling clothes, cookware, and Scentsy. So that's just an example of how you could do that within compliance and share that out on your socials. So that is one option. And another option is if you're having a garage sale, and whether you do or you don't have product on hand, I would highly recommend making sure you've got a business card with some scent samples or any type of business supplies that you have with your information, and make sure that you are dropping that in all of the customers' bags. Again, whether they're buying Scentsy or not, make sure that you're letting it be known that you sell Scentsy and putting that in there. So wanted to do that. Secondly is an open house. I highly recommend each catalog season you hosting your own open house. Now, I know at the beginning it may be like you don't have a lot of people coming, but I will tell you, if you do this consistently, you are going to get traction because people will start bringing friends and they're going to refer you to other people. So if you haven't already, don't stress about the size of your house or it being perfectly clean. None of that matters. Just get a table, put your goods out, invite people to come over and to share your Scentsy. Now, a virtual open house is also an option. So for some, due to circumstances or for whatever reason, having an in-person open house is not an option, but you can do a virtual open house. And again, you can share this on socials that you're going to be hosting and say, comment below if you would like information on my virtual open house. Now, there's a few ways you can do this. You could simply create a Zoom. You can get a free Zoom account. I believe it's like 40 minutes for free. And you could do a Zoom and showcase and show all of the items that you have available for cash and carry. You could also create a document and just list out all of the items you have available. And when someone says, yes, I would like to attend, you could send them your listing of items. Or there's also a paid for platform, and I should say there's a free portion of this. I've never used the free portion, so I don't know exactly what you can and can't do with the free portion. But there is a platform called YouMeWho. So it's WHO. I should have thought that through. So it's the word you, me, and who all together. Again, they have a free version I haven't personally used, or they have the paid platform. So when you use YouMeWho, you literally build into your website the items you have on hand. So you could put in all of the different products that you have. You can list whatever prices. So for example, I know I've got some retired items. So those retired items, whenever I post them, I will put in red, bold letters, sale was 50, now 35 or whatever. So you can do that because this is going to be a one-on-one thing you're going to send these customers that inquired about wanting to attend your virtual open house. So if you're not using YouMeWho, there's a lot of tutorials that will help you with this. There's also a Facebook group out there for YouMeWho users. So you can jump right in. That might be a platform that you might find to be very helpful. I personally was on a trip recently with a consultant who uses it, and she sells approximately 10,000 PRV a month, and she utilizes YouMeWho to do that. So that is one of the key factors, she says, to the success of her continually selling so much product. So just put that out there. Now, another option, of course, is Marketplace. Now, there's a way to do Facebook Marketplace and be completely compliant. And I want to make sure you guys know that. So if you have product on hand, or honestly, even if you don't have product on hand, you can totally do this too. So this could be for either of you. But let's just pretend for a moment you happen to have the Service and Sacrifice Warmer. You can create a listing on Marketplace. I personally go to my website. I copy the images that are on my website. And those are the images I'm going to use when I'm creating my ad. I'm also going to go to the details of the Service and Sacrifice Warmer on my website, and I'm going to copy them so it says exactly what Scentsy has on my website. And I'm going to place that in my Marketplace ad. Now, in order to do Marketplace, I need to sell it at corporate pricing. So this cannot be personal specials. So I'm going to list the price, exactly what's on my website. And I'm going to create this listing. Now, in the description, like I said, I've copied the details that are listed for the warmer on my website. And I add this sentence. Click here to order, and I put my actual link to my website. And then I also add the words plus tax and shipping in my ads, just so there's no confusion. Because if somebody were to go order it, and obviously it's not going to be just $40, I just use that in my wording. Now, here's what's happened for me. The majority of the time, people do not click my link to order. Instead, I get a message, a personal message, in my Marketplace messaging. And so people will ask me questions. That's my opportunity to say, hey, well, just so you know, I have that warmer on hand. Oh, and if they're like, okay, great, I would like that. Where are you located? Can we meet? I can also say, would you like to add a 6-pack of bars as well? These are the scents I have to choose from. So a lot of times my conversations go from that ad to one-on-one conversations. Again, and that's where I can talk about the fact that I have it on hand and arrange for a meetup and or upsell. So I want to make sure you're clear on that. If you don't have the product on hand, guess what? It doesn't matter. It's great. If they message you, you can say, oh, I would be happy to place that order for you. Let me send you a invoice through Square or my Venmo so we can wrap this up and I'll place the order for you. So again, you can still get new customers whether you have the product on or not, but this is a really good way to focus on the products you do have on hand. 2 or 3 more things I want to mention. Pop-ups. Pop-ups are a great way to move product. So if you know anybody who has a retail location or has a business of any kind, it's a great opportunity for you to say, hey, what is a date or time when I could come up and I could share some samples, for example. So this would be if you're doing a retail location, and I can share my business. So at that environment, I'm going to set up just like a home party display. And I'm going to make myself available. And as I'm having conversations, I'm going to say things like, oh my gosh, well, I'm local and I actually have a bunch of product on hand. If you would be interested, I can send you the link. Now that's if you've done the You Me Who, of course. Or you can arrange a trunk opportunity where you're going to go, for example, to some place and you're going to share your goods in the trunk of your car. I've seen a lot of people do really well with trunk sales. If you have a friend that's not in a retail environment, for example, maybe they work at a doctor's office, something to that effect, offer to do a cash and carry after work party, where you would bring your cash and carry, set it up, and you can reward one of the staff members who lets you set it up with, hey, you can pick out a free warmer or whatever you decide you want to do. But those are some great opportunities. 2 more things, of course, are events and fundraisers. So if you haven't, I would definitely encourage you to be seeking out and looking with your Chamber of Commerce, using Google, using Facebook to find fairs, festivals, any opportunity to get yourself out there. There's a lot of low-cost events that you can do, and it's going to get you new customers, but more importantly, help you move that product. And last but not least would be fundraisers. Now, fundraisers can be done in so many different ways. But if you've got an organization, for example, I don't know, let's just use a wrestling tournament. Somebody who wrestles. You could contact them and say, hey, do you guys have any big tournaments that are going to be happening? If so, I would love to set up a cash and carry opportunity at the gym or wherever this is going to take place, at the arena. and I will donate 10% of my proceeds to your organization or to a family that might be in need, whatever they might want you to do with that. So it's little or no cost for you to set up. You're selling the items that you have on hand, and you can even give back to your community. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you will share and you will try some of these ways. If you come up with some other ideas, please use the comments below to share them.